Happy Saturday, everybody. Just want to make a quick video, and by quick, I don't know how long this is going to be. This is also my third attempt at making this morning. Uh, Brain moving pretty quickly after my third cup of coffee, and I've had a little extra time to myself. That's usually a bad combination, and the brain gets moving and everything else. But yeah, just wanted to check in with my peeps, especially people that like our podcast, the Zim and the Husky fellow. We've been on hiatus, mostly just because I've been busy. February and March wind up being the busiest, and it's exhausting at some points. And I'm not complaining because that keeps us busy, keeps the lights on, keeps me doing what I like to do, like what I'm going to talk about in this video. And we did have a busy season. Business has been off. 2025, 26 has not been great. Things are expensive. Um, my business, we lost some business this year. We got a couple new things coming online. Got Southern Fresh Farms going to start next week. If you're in Southwest Florida for the trivia business, so things are what they are. People aren't spending as much money. It's expensive to go out. We also, all these people on these weight loss drugs, they're not drinking as much, and there's a lot of people on there. It's proven fact, like 17% difference in consumption, and the sales are off. Like some of these places off like 9 and 10%. I'll find you a source if you really need it. But anyway, it is a fact of life that we're dealing with in that regard. We're really thankful for everybody that comes out to our fantastic trivia venues. Like I said, it's been going. We're planning on our Derby party as per usual. Derby party. If you can see this list over here in red, that's about one third of the stuff I have to get done for our Derby party. In fact, later on today, we're going over to the venue itself at Cape Cabaret and gonna do an audio test and see some things. Anyway, the labor of love that is the Derby party. I'm serious this year. I think it might be the last one that I host and that I do and our little group does because we might go to the Derby next year. Never been. We love the ponies. Kentucky Derby is something that's been on my bucket list, and I think we're actually going to be able to do it next year, God willing. Um, but that means we won't be at the Derby party. Now, Zimco might have the Derby parties, but it won't be me. We are also doing it one at Swamp Cat Brewing, which is in Fort Myers as well. This will be our second year there. Third year at Cabaret, though. So come and join us. It's always for a good cause and a good reason. We make a lot of money for charity. Made about $2,500 last year for the two charities that we did. We got new ones this year. Anyway, enough about that. I'm doing okay. Hopefully you are wherever you're at. I was talking to my good friend Sheena, that is one of the hosts, and she's a good friend too. Stress is what it is, and we get older and we handle it a little different. And I don't have as many screaming days and days I'm really, really, really frustrated. And We handle the stress a little better. But the way I do that is I get to travel, or at least that's what I like to do. And I haven't been anywhere in a while. And as much as I don't want to complain, because I mean, oh, I know some of you are like, oh, you get to go. How do you afford this? How do you do that? Hey, look, I manage my money. I live within my means. I'm a single guy. I don't have kids. I don't have the other things that people normally would have to put money into. I live by myself. I'm pretty self-sufficient. Business has been very good to me, and I appreciate it. But to keep my sanity, I like to travel, and I haven't been anywhere in a while. In fact, I haven't been on a plane since last October, which is a long time for me. Usually we go here and there. Obviously down here we're busy. February, March, it's really tough. Getting away for a weekend's one thing, but getting away for a trip is another. It's an undertaking, and it can't happen during season most of the time. So we're out of season, coming out of season. Got the Derby party still to plan and get that out of the way. But after that, man, I want to get lost and I want to go. But that is what is bugging me on my Saturday morning. And this is my third attempt at trying to make a video about it. Makes sense. And why? Why? Well, one of the other ideas I've had is let's make some video content of where I go. It's been brought up that maybe I should. I'm in the entertainment business. I like our podcast, which I want to do more of. I like doing our biography podcast. I'm going to be getting back together with Kevin Doyle, the Celtic Ray, to do some more recording that like we did a few years back. We got a project planned with the pub to do some more recordings with some of the staff there too. Pub stories, the pub cast. Um, so got a couple things on the but this video and content thing is something I want to figure out. But it kind of starts with, well, where are you going to go and how are you going to do it? And some people have told me I should, and again, I want to do it. Um, some of the stuff that I enjoy online are travel vloggers, and maybe I can do it in the way that it goes with sports. But again, I want to just go for my sanity, go do something else, get away, get out of town. So you see the other list there. I've come up with a laundry list of places I would like to go and some stuff that I would like to do this spring, this summer, and this fall. And I spent all day yesterday, had a great day of self reflection yesterday after getting my taxes done. And if you know anything about me, I'm a libertarian in taxes theft, especially as a small business owner. Yeah. mm, Anyhow, um, so yeah, I had the day to myself, the evening to myself, and I looked over schedules and flights and possible trips that I could go on. But I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know how I want to do. So let's kind of go down that list if you can see it behind me. And we've got some Rays and Marlins games. We're really happy that the Rays are back in the dome, Tropicana. I know that we'll be going to a couple games up there. That'll happen. We also go to a Marlins game, usually once or twice a year. We figured out this area. There's a couple areas where there's seating available that you can get in-seat service, and there's also a dedicated club bar, and the tickets are about $40. I'm not going to tell you how I get those, but we're going to take advantage of that one of these weekends. And of course, with Saint, Tropicana, the Rays being back in St. Pete, everybody complains about the dome. It's a dome. Well, they've revitalized it because it got tore up by the hurricane. And if you've never been down, it it's not a bad place, and it's air conditioned and it's indoors. I'm so glad they're talking about they're going to move the stadium up by where the Buccaneers play. We went to three of the games at Steinbrenner last year for the Rays that were outdoors. Man, it was hot. I loved the experience and everything else, but it's too bloody hot. Glad to be back in the air conditioned dome this year. But other trips I want to take, and so you see the list, and I just don't know. And I wanted to go on holidays with my friends. It doesn't look like our group that I normally travel with is going to get together for a trip until fall. Just doesn't look like it's on the docket. We were supposed to go on a grandiose tour and trip to England this past winter. It didn't materialize. This 50th birthday type thing doesn't look like that's going to happen. It looks like it is on permanent hiatus. We did our spring training. We got to I got to go to 11 ball games, which is, I love it. And especially if you're down here, this is in your backyard. We go every weekend, man. We were busy with that. That's why there was no podcast. And that was also why, it kind of soothed the travel itch. Well, we were away every weekend or we went to a game every weekend. It was a lot of fun. Well, now we're into the off season. Slowing down. And I have these projects and things I want to do. Well, that includes the travel. So if you can see on the list behind me, one of the next ones up there is Pittsburgh and Erie. Um, I went there last year, went there last July, and I want to go back. And there's kind of a reason why. I like Pittsburgh anyway. I go there about every other year, and I would like to go back. My dear friend Darren, who's passed away, and I like to go up there, sure. And we would go up and see the Pirates and Mets because he was a Mets fan. Well, anyway, that actually brings me to this story. And well, why do you just were there last year? I want to go back. I haven't told many people this, but last year when I went, um, I had a morning I woke up and I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to have a heart attack and die. And I watched Darren uh, drop dead in front of me. He had a heart attack a couple years ago, and I that it's seared into my memory. I'll never unsee or think that, especially. when I had chest pains in Pittsburgh. Now, there's a lot that led up to that. I was pretty burned out. I was pretty tired. For the couple months prior to that, I just was, I'm burnt out. I'm just tired and everything else. I'm getting old, turning 50. It was really a drag. But I had kind of let some things go and I wasn't taking care of me well enough. And when I got to Pittsburgh, I just, my blood pressure was up. I had heart palpitations and chest pains leading up to that. Just wrote it off. I'm just stressed out. That's why I need to go on a trip. And I get up there and I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning in my hotel room. And I really did. I thought I was going to die. And thank you to some peeps that kind of talked me through that. I flew home, which I shouldn't have done. I learned. Went to the hospital and they're like, "Yeah, your blood pressure's through the roof, your sugar numbers through the roof, this and that and the other." I've lost 25, 30 pounds, kept it off. I've cut my drinking back by a third, half. I mean, I don't drink as much as I used to. And it's not from because there's a problem with that. It's mostly because it goes part and parcel with eating too much, drinking too much. It all kind of it goes together. I still enjoy some drinks. I like to imbibe, but I can have a couple glasses of wine or a couple beers or a couple bourbons and everything else without drinking all day and all night. Or I can. I can't do it as often. We're getting old. Friends of mine back home, that getting old sucks. But I don't want to be one of these people. My dad had in his head, he didn't want to be one of those people either that talk only about their health. And we're at a certain age where it's it's on the front burner. I don't want to be one of those, and I'm guilty of it. I don't want to be guilty of it going forward. So that brings me full circle. I'd like to go back to Pittsburgh and enjoy it and not have the memory be of me freaking out and having basically, I guess I had a panic attack thinking I'm having a heart attack. Um, so yeah, I want to go back. And I fell in love with Erie, Pennsylvania. Got to go up there for a day. Tigers AA affiliate is there. Erie was great. I was only up there for about 12, 16 hours though. Caught a game and then was right back to Pittsburgh. I'd like to go up there and spend a little more time. I really liked it. I'd like to go back. I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a wonderful town to visit, other than it's full of Steelers fans. No, really. No, anyway, I'm joking. Um, Wonderful place to visit. I love that. PNC Ballpark is my favorite ballpark. A and B, that in Baltimore for sure. But anyway, so that's a trip I want to take, but there's kind of a window of time to take that, and it would be in May, right after the Derby. And then there's really not another time to go back up there. So I got to think about that. Next on the list, let's see, Detroit and Toledo and Cincinnati. So my lovely people in Ohio, I miss my friends in Columbus and in Tip City and the Dayton area, and of course I have my dear friends the Reddigs. Tom and Ann live up in Perrysburg, which is near Toledo. I love Toledo. I'm going to get up there in the fall for sure. I'm going to do my MAC football trip again this year, and I'm going to get back up there to do that and see them and visit. And that's going to happen. And I still have my stupid Bengals tickets. I say it every year, just like I say with the Derby party. This might be the last year. I finally might be done with those guys. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I do want to get up to a couple Bengals games this year. I got to three last year. I'd like to do the same, get up to three. And, that takes in account the MAC trip, go up there and see some MAC football, go to a Bengals game. But that also gets me on a little driving tour, gives me some time. Soul searching trips. I love a good road trip. And I want to do that again. So I think that's going to happen. But I'd like to get up there. I haven't seen a Reds game in a couple years. I haven't been to the Reds in at least, I didn't go last year. So it's at least been 2 years. They're home over Memorial Day, and the Braves are in town. So I was thinking about that. Detroit is another place that I love. I could kill, two birds, one stone. You got the Red Eggs are in Perrysburg near Toledo, and then I have my cousin, which is up in middle of Michigan. She could come down to Detroit. There's also a concert that I would like to go see in Detroit. More on that in just a second. But I would like to go there, and it's a possibility. But my dear cousin Janet lost her husband last year. There is a golf tournament in his honor, and that's in August. So I think I might go up there then. The Tigers are in town the day after the tournament. We'll see. Let's see what else is on there. So and in Cincinnati. So I'd like to come see my peeps in Ohio. I haven't seen them since last September, I think, is the last time I was up there to see my friends, and I'd like to. I, I don't get enough time ever, but I want to come back up and see y'all. Um, and that's Columbus, that's Dayton and Tip. But Cincinnati is going to change for me too. There's not as much reason to go to Cincinnati because my sister no longer lives there. She has sold her house and left. So when I got to go there, I got to stay at her house. In her other house, the house across the street, she had it as her office. There was a place where I could stay. She's no longer there. So that makes that trip more expensive. And I don't know like I said, I've got some other friends in Cincinnati. I could see them, but that seems like it's probably going to be reserved for in and outs, quick weekend trips. Then we have a couple other things on here. I would love to go and see my other cousin in North Carolina. She is near Raleigh. I got a dear friend, Mike, in Raleigh. I don't know that I'm going to get up there. Looking at it, we can go up on Breeze. I love Greenville, South Carolina too. Is also I just don't think that's on the docket. I'm sorry, guys. There's also my friend in Nashville. It's not even on the list. I would love to go see Angela. And there's minor league baseball there. You got the Nashville, you got Huntsville, and you got Bowling Green. They're all places I want to go, ballparks I want to see that I haven't been to. So I haven't been able to really even look at that. Then we have this wild ass idea that I have for a couple grand tours. And this would likely be solo trip, and it would likely be a long road trip, probably a week. And why am I bringing this up again? I guess I want to get feedback. What do you guys think? Where you want to go? So the one place on here is Sacramento. Who the hell goes to Sacramento? I do. Why? Well, the A's play there. They moved from Oakland. They've gone and they're playing in a minor league ballpark in Sacramento while their park is being built in Las Vegas. Um, why don't you just wait and go to Vegas? Well, I want to see all the parks, and that includes this one because that's where they are playing. It's part of baseball history. I want to see it. I want to say I got to go see it. You also have Stockton, California has a minor league team. Up the road, a couple more hours, you got Reno, Nevada, the Tahoe area. There is a minor league team in Reno. This is a place in the country I've also never been, so that's new. Be a nice road trip. It's gonna be expensive because the gas out there is like $10 a gallon. But look, you gotta go. Circumstances are what it is. Why? Why am I thinking I gotta go there when you just make that another year? Well, we might not have baseball next year. I don't know if you know this or not. If you live to Zim and the Husky fella plug, there's labor problems coming with baseball. We might not have a season next year. Might not have spring training. Might not have the regular season because they're so far apart. The Dodgers making their payroll 413 million. You got Cleveland at 69 million. Nobody's ever going to get a salary cap. They need a salary floor. I don't think they're going to have either. They're so far apart. I don't think we're going to have baseball next year. Brian and I are in agreement in that. I don't think that's going to happen. So I want to enjoy baseball this year as much as possible because I'm one of those nerds who loves baseball in all forms. So it's minor league parks, um, there, and then that is the other trip, the Denver trip. I still haven't seen the Colorado Rockies. I have a dear friend out in Colorado Springs, Tim, that I could go out there, see him, see a Rockies game. A good friend Dave Cromus lives up in Wyoming. I could go see him. I met a couple that lives in South Dakota, has a hunting lodge, which seems very interesting. I'm not a hunter, but they have horses and ATVs and all that good stuff, and I like that. And it would be a fun adventure. And there's a league out west called the Pioneer League, and they have an affiliate in Colorado Springs. They also have an affiliate in Billings, Montana. And believe it or not, I could go Colorado Springs, Denver, up to Wyoming, up to Billings, over to South Dakota, back to Denver. I love a road trip. Like I said, it's a possibility. So that's on my brain. And then I've got my friends in New England. My buddy Scotty is up in New Hampshire. We got the Fisher Cats there. That's Double A baseball, Eastern League. You have the Hartford Yard Goats. They're also there. Portland Sea Dogs are also in the, this is all drivable, you see. And I only get to spend a short time in Portland when we went there a couple of years ago. And we were only there for a day. And I'd like to go back. I got a friend in Vermont I'd like to see. I got a friend over in New York State that's over on the border there. She's got a gallery I would like to go see. Um, yeah, it'd be fun. But again, putting it all together, putting the time. Do these people want to see me? That kind of thing. I know that sounds crazy. Also, I like to go to Atlanta every year. I don't know if that's going to happen or not either. So one trip I definitely want to take is I also am a geek for 80s nostalgia and 80s music. The Human League are on tour with Alison Moyet of Yaz and Soft Cell, Tainted Love. Well, anyway, they are on tour. They'll be in Detroit, they'll be in Atlanta. I'd like to go and see them at one of these, and then I could go see baseball because both the Tigers and the Braves are home on their dates. The only problem with going to Atlanta, that's a busy weekend in Atlanta because it's Juneteenth. So hotels are a little more trickier. The venue is downtown where there's going to be a lot of traffic. I don't know, but it works out. It's on a Friday. Then there's Detroit. The problem is the concert's on Wednesday. And then I don't know. It just disrupts my work schedule because if you know anything, I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, taking off time. It's hard to do because that's when I make my money. But anyhow, so I'm all this crap. And we've got a couple of like so we got a trip with our friends. We're going to go to Baltimore in the fall. To love Camden Yards, love Baltimore. We're going to go then in September, because we're also going to get to go to Virginia Tech, plays at the University of Maryland, see the Terrapins. Uh, New place, like I said, got to see it, gotta go. But wrapping all this up, and I guess I want to know: do you want to see this kind of content? Do you want to? Is it interesting to you? Maybe I'm very vain. I know I'm vain, in fact, but I mean, is this something that I should be doing? Should I be concentrating on something else? You're not good at this, Mike. Hey, look, I'm not very good at much. I lean on other people for expertise on how to do things because I'm smart enough to know they're better at it. But this video thing and the vlogging and the blogging and the podcast, I've kind of figured it out for myself. And I will continue to do stuff like this because it interests me. Um, this is what keeps me, hanging on. Because it's my thrill. It's my want to do. I love, like I said, I love to travel. And I want to enjoy everything for as long as I can because, you never know. I wasn't promised. And I guess that's why I have this in my head. And I want to enjoy the time that I have to do these things. And so there you go. 20 minutes of me bloviating about where we going and why me. I guess I want some feedback. I want to know, does anybody else want to meet me in one of these places, especially if it's Detroit or Cincinnati or Pittsburgh or Atlanta? Um, a couple places I'd probably like to go by myself, but again, are you interested in the content? I've got other people that I know that are dear to me making content, and I'm jealous of them because they've made a pretty good little bit. I think this is my next little layer of what I'd like to do. We have the podcast, and by the way, the podcast will be back sooner than later. That's on me. I'm so busy, and of course, it'd be the perfect time to have had our podcast. I'm going with March Madness and baseball season, and everything else. We're nerds for these things, but my busiest time of year, February and March, man, it's exhausting. There's a lot that goes into what I do, and if you want to know what I do, we run trivia. Um, it takes 40 to 60 hours a week to write that crap. I call crap. I source everything. I write everything. We use, well, beg, borrow, and steal from anybody, but I put it together for our venues. There's a different set of questions per day. Um, we have a different set of questions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There might be some crossover categories, but I write a different version. And of course, then we have to demographic for the place. Uh, some places is older clientele, some places younger clientele. So we have to balance it out, right? So that's what takes up my time. I am never not writing. I am never not putting trivia together, putting ideas down, or gathering information. So that's what takes up all my time. And then in season, I do double duty. I get like Thursdays when we normally record our podcast. I have two gigs during season, afternoon and an evening, and then I'm up the night before till 3 o'clock in the morning. There's no time to write the script for the podcast. And yes, we script the podcast. Brian does a great job in my stead when we put it all together. Um, but we haven't been able to. I'd like to get back on that sooner than later. But anyway, that's it. I hopefully you enjoyed me rambling on about some of these things, and I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to some of my peeps I haven't seen and talked to in a long time, especially up in Ohio. I miss you, and hopefully I'll get to see you this summer, especially this fall. I'm looking forward to getting up to see some of my friends, like I tend to do every year, and family. And like I said, I haven't seen my sister in Ohio since last fall, so I'd like to go back and see her. And then, of course, like I said, new adventures. I'm always up for something new. But anyway, hopefully this is the better quality video. This was my third attempt this morning. Anyway, bye everybody. Oh, final thing. Sorry. Happy Easter. Have a very blessed Easter out there, especially for all the faithful out there. Hopefully you're enjoying it with your friends and your family this year. I will be, I think I'm going to be on my own, which is fine. Watch some baseball. But yeah, we'll see. But happy Easter, everybody. We'll take care.